Hi guys, I'm Sneha and you are watching my channel Book Junction. I'm really excited for today's video because I know that this video is going to be really helpful for you. So definitely watch this video till the end. I'm so sure that you will learn something at least that will be extremely helpful for you. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. And clearly this is one of the best self-help books I have ever read. And honestly, I have read a lot of self-help books, and after reading so many books, if I find a book that is exceptional, I think that is actually really wonderful, because so many self-help books get really repetitive, but I feel like this book has a very fresh perspective on this entire science of creation of habits. So to make us understand about the concept of atomic habits, James Clear started the book with the story of the cycling team of Great Britain. So the British cycling team was suffering from mediocrity for over a century, and their performance was so bad that a leading European cycle manufacturer refused to sell their cycles to the team because they thought that it will hamper their goodwill and their brand position, and it will also hamper their sales, because if people see that the British cyclists are using their cycles and then performing so bad, then it will give out a negative message about their cycles. So that must have been really humiliating for the team. But things changed for the British cycling team when in 2003 Brailsford was hired as the coach for the team. Now Brailsford believed in the philosophy of aggregate of marginal gains. Now this might sound very complicated, but it's actually very simple. It basically means to find a margin of improvement in everything. So Brailsford believed that if he breaks down all the aspects of cycling into small portions and then improve all of them by 1%, then when they will add up the results, it will be a remarkable outcome. So that was his idea, and that's what he did, and he executed his philosophy on the cycling team. So he got the cycle seats redesigned for complete comfort for the cyclist. Then he rubbed alcohol on the tires for maximum grip. But he did not stop there. He went ahead and got these specially designed overshorts for the cyclist so that the muscle temperature is ideal throughout while they are cycling. And he also made sure that the cyclists were sleeping with the best blankets so that they would get the perfect sleep. They were sanitizing themselves all the time with the best sanitizer so that they don't catch flu, and he just improved every aspect with 1%. And after 5 years, the cycling team of British was actually ruling the track and the roads. They won so many medals in the Olympics 2008 Beijing. So we can see that when Brailsford added up all these little improvements and marginal gains, we could see that they actually achieved remarkable results. And that's exactly the concept of the book Atomic Habits. That's why it's called Atomic Habits, as atom is the smallest unit, you know. And this is the central theme of the book Atomic Habits. So according to James Clear, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. So the effects of small habits compound over time, and if you can get just 1% better every day, then you will end up with results that are nearly 37 times better after 1 year. Also, there is an amazing quote in the book that says that time magnifies the margin between success and failure. It will multiply whatever you feed it. Good habits make time your ally, bad habits make time your enemy. Alright, now let's talk about how your habits shape your identity and vice versa. So to make us understand, James Clear uses this diagram of 3 layers of behavior change. So there are 3 layers of behavior change: a change in your outcomes, a change in your process, and a change in your identity. Now the change in your outcome is pretty easy to understand. Now outcomes are all about what you get. So for example, you want to quit something, or you want to top your class, or you want 6-pack abs, whatsoever. And processes are all about what you're doing to achieve those outcomes. So for example, adopting a new diet or studying for 8 hours a day. So that is the process. And then comes your identity, which basically means your worldview, how you see the world, what is your self-image, how you see yourself and others. So identity is all about your beliefs and how you see the world. So when it comes to creation of habits that will last, it is very important for you to understand the flow of your layers of behavior change. So James Clear used two easily understandable diagrams. The first one is outcome based habits. So with outcome based habits, the focus is on what you want to achieve, and with identity based habits, the focus is on who you wish to become. So the flow in both these cases is very different. Now you might be a little confused as to what is the impact of these two diagrams or these two ideas. Now for example, let's suppose that there are two people, X and Y, who are trying to quit smoking. Now when we offer a cigarette to both of them, X says that no thanks, I am trying to quit, and on the other hand Y says that no thanks, I am not a smoker. So there is a difference between the two statements, and initially you might feel that this difference is not that big or it's a very small thing, but it actually makes a huge difference. So what X says is an outcome based statement because he's trying to quit. It's an outcome based statement. But Y says that no thanks, I am not a smoker. It's an identity based statement, and it just completely detaches himself from the identity of a smoker. So when you don't see yourself as a smoker, your behavior will not drive your actions, and that is why we need to understand that identity plays a very important role in creation of habits, both good and bad. So if you stop seeing yourself as a smoker, if you just completely detach yourself from that identity, that is something that you were in the past. You were a smoker, but right now you are not a smoker. So when you are not a smoker, you don't need cigarettes, you don't need to smoke, and that is a very important statement. And when you say that over and over again, that you are not a smoker, your behavior will completely shift and your actions will also. So you will just not feel the need to smoke, or you will just not even think about it that much because you just don't associate yourself with that habit of smoking. Whereas when you say that I am trying to quit, it means that you are a smoker and that you like to smoke, but you are trying to quit it, but it is still a part of your identity and life. So it seems like a very small thing, but it actually makes a huge difference in the long run. So James Clear says this over and over again in the book, that we try to create new habits and we try to kill our previous bad habits, but we are never able to do that, and we fail very soon at it because we never work on our identity. We are just so much focused on the outcome that we never realize that our behavior is driving all these actions, and the behavior comes from our identity. So if you see yourself as a bad student or someone who is a procrastinator, so it doesn't matter how much you work hard or how much time you invest, sooner or later you will give up because that just does not fit your identity. So it's basically a simple two-step process. First, determine the kind of person that you want to become, and then prove it to yourself that you are that person by giving yourself evidences every single day. Now for example, if you want to get fit and if you want to have a better lifestyle, then what will you do? You will have to tell yourself that you are a fitness enthusiast, and tell yourself that this is now your new identity, that you are a fitness enthusiast and you believe in fitness. And you will prove that to yourself by showing up every day, work out every day. It doesn't matter if it's a bad day or a good day, show up every day. Showing up is the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you had a bad workout today, but at least you did work out, you did show up. So even if you work out for 20 minutes or even 10 minutes, do that. It doesn't matter how much you work out. What matters is to re-establish your identity as someone who believes in fitness, and you will do that when you show up every day to work out, to eat healthy. So James Clear says in his book that habit is a behavior that has been repeated enough times to become automatic. So for example, we wake up and then we brush our teeth and we don't think about it. We don't dwell on the fact that okay, now we have to get out of the bed, take the toothbrush, put on some paste and brush our teeth. We just don't think about it. It's an automatic response. We wake up and we brush our teeth. So whichever habit that you want to imbibe, for example working out or reading, all of these things are things that we think a lot about. Like if we have to work out, we think a lot, but if it becomes a habit, we don't have to think about it anymore. We will wake up and we will work out, we will read without even thinking about it. It will become an automatic thing for us, right? So that is the entire concept of a habit. And how do you do that? By doing one action over and over again. When you repeat one action over and over again, it becomes a habit for you. So you have been brushing your teeth for so long, for so many years, and it has become an automatic thing for you now. So just in the same way, when you work out every single day and when you read every single day, it becomes a part of your life. It becomes an automatic response for you. So James Clear has also shared the science behind how habits work, and I found that part exceptionally helpful, because once you understand the science, it becomes easy for you to create those habits, right? So the process of building a habit can be divided into 4 steps: cue, craving, response, and reward. So for example, when you see a jar of Nutella resting on your kitchen counter, that's a cue for you. And when you see that, when you receive the cue, you start craving for it. And once you start craving for Nutella, it motivates you to respond. And your response is that you get a spoon and start eating the Nutella. And then you receive the reward, that is the beautiful taste of Nutella. So that's the science behind a habit. You get the cue, you start craving it, you respond to it, and then you get the reward. And in the book, James Clear calls this the habit loop. Alright guys, so that was all for today's video. I really hope that you all found this video valuable and enjoyed it as well. If you did, then definitely like, share and subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon so you are notified with all the updates. And I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye bye.